Hi, and welcome to the Studio Marco Primeau. After many years of recording audio, mixing, and mastering, like many audio studio, we have been asked to integrate image in our work. And of course, either photography and video. And in this video, I want to explore what kind of lights should we buy first, either continuous light or flashes, depending on the needs and what you do. So the first thing I will do is go and make some pictures, the image that you will see is the image of the tablet that I use to control the camera. So let's go. So I opened the lights. Those are strips of LEDs, and they are very bright. Usually, when I do photography, I don't need them, but just for the sake of being able to see the image while I change the adjustments, it will be easier. So what I'm gonna do first, of course, is take a test shot, and as you can see, it's very bright. So we're going to lower the ISO to 100, and we will possibly lose the image. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, we're on P. I'm going to change to manual. It will be better. So let's change for manual. All right, you can see that now the image is very dark. We're at 180 for 3.2. Let's do a test shot. All right, the image is a lot better. The focus is not so bad. But of course, if we want it to be narrower, the depth of field, I could go to f2.8, and then we can go a bit faster. I often do my photography handheld, so having a faster shutter speed is very important. So let's go to 125, let's say, and let's do a test shot. Not bad. I can't really see. Well, we can see a bit of bluish colors from the backlight, but that could be brighter. What I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the blue gel and try again. All right, the blue gel has been removed. The idea is that the gel will lower the amount of lumens that will go to your shot. So let's try again. Yes, now we can see the backlight illuminating a bit of the side of the head. That's good. And of course also the chair, and both sides are good. So that's a really good shot. And we are at 125 f2.8 and ISO 100. Now, if I wanted more depth of field, because I have many people in the shot or something like that, I would love to go to f4 maybe. And then what I would need to do is to higher the luminosity on the flashes. If I do a test shot, yeah, it's a bit dark. We can use that, but it's a bit dark. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on the flashes and give them a bit more power. So group 1, which is my right on the image, is 4. It's the bigger softbox. And then the B group will be at 3.1, which is at my left. And then on the back, 2.7. So let's try again. Yes. So that's a lot better. Of course, the modeling lamp aren't so hot, and that's what happened. We can't see much more on the screen right now. Of course, if I'm with the camera and I just push a little bit on the shutter, then the image will be brighter because the camera will chase the focus. And so I can see better where I am, and then I can take my shot. But now I'm on remote on this tablet, and this feature does not show. So if I would want to see myself, I would need to go 1600 ISO or something like that. But if I take the picture, it will be too bright. And of course, it will give more noise. So let's remember those settings. Are we able to do the same with continuous lights? 125 f4 ISO 100, and we'll compare the shots. I'm gonna take a few more shots. I'm gonna be on the side like that. All right, the first thing that you might have noticed is that when we open the model light on the flash, of course, I have two Westcott FJ400 and one 200. If you light up the scene with the model light, which are LEDs, there's a fan to avoid overheating. So this make noise. If you want to do video with that, that's not very good idea. But if you only shoot pictures, that's okay. Of course, you can play music and the model won't notice. Then if we compare with the Godox UL series of lights, they are noiseless. They are bigger, of course, because they have big heat sink. So the heat is dissipated instead of being propulsed with a fan. So that's a good choice for video. Let's go back and check how it runs. All right, I'm already at the maximum with the three lights. It's very bright and not good for our eyes. I'm gonna make a test shot. We are still at 125 f4 and ISO 100. And we can see that the image is pretty close to what we saw earlier. I'm gonna do another one. Yeah, you can see in my eyes, it's like having the sun directly in your face. Um, so the conclusion is, if I would want to shoot like this, it would be very hard on the model. And of course, I would need to either go up in ISO or lower in speed. So let's go lower in speed a tiny bit, maybe like this. Or of course, before we do that, we can go lower on the f-stop. If I go f2.8, see, it's a bit bright, and I can go a bit faster like this. Yeah, not bad. Anyway, you can't work like this, so I'm gonna lower the level of the lights to something more comfortable. All right, they are still bright at 65%, but let's check what it does to the image. Yeah, a bit dark. We're gonna go back to 125 again. Not bad. That could be okay. But you see my eyes are still very small. So I think I'm gonna go to 50%. So I'm gonna be back. All right, that's better. I did not change the one here on the back, but I think that it gives a good result. Let's test again. All right, so at this point, if I want to keep that speed, I would need to bump up the ISO. So let's go to maybe 200 for now. Oh, yeah, it's a bit bright. Like this. Yeah, that's good. And of course, if we want to go back to f4.0, the ISO might need to go to, yeah, at least 320. But it is still bright. And if you have a subject that moves, you would want to bump up that speed. And of course, the ISO as well. So let's see if I need to go to 250. It means we need to go to at least 640. Yeah, the image is still good. All right, so remember that with the flashes, the IS power on this side was 4.0 and this one at 3, and they go up to 9. So with that kind of power, I could have bumped up the speed up to 1 on 5,000 or 8,000 of a second. And this one is still at 100%. But since it's at the back, it does not disturb my eyes. And of course, those could be further away from me. You get a catch light that would be different. We could try to just shut down one and see the difference. So one downside for the continuous light, if you want to make some pictures, is that if you want to freeze a movement, you need to put them very, very bright, and that might disturb the model. As you saw, I had some problems with my eyes. It was so bright. So it's not very ideal. And if you go with lower lights, of course, you need to bump up the ISO and you'll get a lot of noise in your image. So that's one thing to think about. I did some sessions, photo sessions with those continuous light. It was not so bad, but of course, a flash that gives you maybe a faint model light so you can see what the flash will do, and then a very big burst will not disturb most people. Of course, there are some exceptions. I did have a model once, very long time ago, that I don't know how, but her eyes would blink every time I would start the flash, and many images would have either her eyes just a bit open or closed all the way. So, well, that's exceptions, of course. Flashes usually they don't do that. They are faster than the reflex of the eye. So in conclusion, get your priority first. If you do more video, buy noiseless continuous lights. And if you do mostly photography, of course, go with flashes. Well, it seems simple to say like that. You might have avoided to play the whole video, but of course, I wanted to make the exercise and see if I could compensate with adjustment of the camera and do the same job with both. But actually, the flashes are better for photography. With HHS high speed sync, you can bump up the speed to 1/8,000 of a second maybe, and very freeze the frame. If somebody just go with their hair full of water, and you could see all the drops very clear. So of course it depends on what you want to do. So me, now I bought the two. I thought that maybe I could sell one of set, either the keep the flashes, and the model light could have been bright enough, but they aren't. So just think about this if you buy those Westcott. They are very good, but the modeling light are not bright enough to do video. All right, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, suggestions for future videos. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click on the like button, consider subscribing, hit the bell to get notifications. Another way to help the channel is to play many videos and share those videos. It's always a great help.